Guardians of the Galaxy 3, a very quite dark Marvel movie actually. This movie is probably one of the best Marvel movies where it isn't like to Endgame and the Avengers movies, Infinity War and Endgame. This is probably one of the best. This movie is just, I just think I think this movie was very fun to watch. It had a lot of the comedy in this movie was good. I like the comedy a lot. Also has one F-bomb for some reason. Now, I would say that Guardians of the Galaxy is a children's movie. This one is kind of a children's movie, but not really. It had like maybe 2 or 3 quite disturbing parts, but otherwise, it's a good movie though. This was very fun to watch, but it has a few problems. First problem is that I was kind of expecting this movie, because it's the third movie in Guardians of the Galaxy. I was kind of expecting one character, kind of like, what is her name? What is her name? Mantis. I was kind of expecting that like Mantis would die or something, because she's kind of a main character, but not like the biggest main character. If we take like Star-Lord, Gamora, Nebula, Groot, and Drax, and Rocket, especially, obviously. Why is Rocket is probably one of the biggest protagonists in this movie. Basically, he's like kind of hurt, and he's like in a coma. Well, they gotta like find this thingy to like help him survive. And then when he is survived in the movie, he obviously win. He survives, and that's good, because I was actually probably going to cry if he died, because he's probably my favorite character in the Guardians of the Galaxy trilogy. But otherwise, this movie, after they had saved Rocket, it had like another maybe 50-minute runtime. This movie, it just like, I just felt like it put way too much time after than the movie needed to. But otherwise, it was a very good movie. And Adam Warlock in this movie, who is played by Will Poulter, does a pretty good job on being an evil villain. And then we just have, what is he called? Apparently he's called High Evolutionary in this movie. He's the person who does these tests on Rocket, and Rocket is like the main protagonist in this movie. Like I said before, this is more on his backstory, and then he meets these friends and stuff, but then this evil person is treating them very bad and like hurting him really much, and it's quite sad to watch. But then after that, there's a very brutal scene, probably the most brutal in the movie. It's one of the most brutal Marvel movies, one of them at least. And then he like peels off his face or something. It sounds incredibly disgusting. It is quite gross, but not really that gross. It's not like really gross. My little brother who watched this movie said that it was like extremely gross, but I didn't think, what the fuck? I just thought that Miley Cyrus had been in this movie. I don't know who she plays though. Never mind. This is a fun movie. Definitely, it has maybe, I think, free maybe stuff it could do better. But otherwise, it's very good for being a Marvel movie, and I honestly had a lot of fun time watching this. So I'm going to give this movie an 8 out of 10.